I think I had that. I think I had that at last time.
Oh, I don't know.
It's,
Yeah, but you said a chemical and that concern.
Commissioner was next to have the real next.
yeah.
Is that your writing or?
No.
We're ready to go?
It's the experts.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. I would like to call the May 20th, 2026 meeting of the Pasco County Mosquito Control Board of Commissioners to order. Would everyone please rise to the pledge of allegiance? How about Commissioner Abbott?
Wise choice.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call please.
Evans here.
Abbott.
Cox.
Executive Director Rogers present.
Yep. All right. I entertain a motion to approve the agenda, please.
So moved.
Have a motion. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
A motion to approve. Is there any discussion?
None.
Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public comment. All right, so members of the public wishing to address the Board of Commissioners are allowed 3 minutes to speak, while those representing an organization are given 5 minutes. Speakers must identify themselves before speaking by stating their name and if they are a resident of the district. To ensure mutual respect, all remarks should be addressed to the board as a whole rather than an individual member of the Pasco County Mosquito Control District or its staff. Courtesy towards the board, employees, and the public is expected at all times. Rude or derogatory remarks, personal attacks, abusive comments or statements questioning integrity, motives, or personalities are strictly prohibited. We have one individual signed up, Kathy Julian.
Good morning. Yes, I do live in the district, or I live in the county. I would like to take the next 3 minutes to address the board on an issue relating to employee management and very high employee turnover, which is of public interest. Since Ms. Rogers has taken over as director of the district, employee turnover is approximately 70%, or about 15% annually. This is despite very aggressive salaries and extremely generous benefit packages. This should be a warning sign for the commissioners that something is very wrong. I'd like to draw your attention to an internal meeting that occurred over a year ago here at the district, where the director assembled about 10 of her senior management team, and reports from those in attendance, which included former and current employees, stated that Ms. Rogers engaged in a 45-minute rant accusing those in attendance of undermining her authority, threatened to fire every one of them, demanded that employees tattletale on one another until she got the information she demanded. She stated that she had no trust of the employees and was unable to leave the district for even 2 days without the entire place falling apart. This was a 45-minute rant of the director cursing directly at each employee, where clearly she had lost control of her emotions.
Ms. Julian, you are personally attacking.
I'm not.
And that's all hearsay of what you're saying. Wrap up your remarks,
Okay.
or I'm gonna have the deputy remove you.
Is this the type of leadership that you support? That's the question.
Thank you for your comments.
But I still have a little more time. Where's the clock? There's no clock today. Where's the clock?
It's right there. You got
Right
about
where?
a minute and a half.
Okay, well then I would like to talk about a couple other things. I did notice that there have been a bunch of senior managers who have already cashed in their 120 hours of PTO for the year, giving themselves a 5% raise. That seems to be normal at the district, not normal for most companies or for other governmental entities. The other thing is that celebration that was held and all the sponsorships, very odd for a government agency to be going out and doing an event like that. I do get it, like the school board, and I am critical of the school board has a bus that they drive around, but at least that has a function and a purpose, and it's creating content in the community. I may not totally agree with it, but I can see the purpose for it. I don't see a purpose for having a 75th anniversary ribbon cutting for an organization that a lot of people frankly don't think should really be operating in our community any longer.
All right, there's no one else to sign up and nothing online. Thank you. New business, fiscal year budget. Adrian?
The fiscal year 2026-2027 draft budget. Thank you, Chairman. The item before you today is the first draft of next year's, the first draft of next year's proposed budget. I want to emphasize up front that this is an initial operational draft only, as we are just beginning the development process for the budget. At this stage, the district does not yet have the necessary information to project revenues. As a reminder, the property appraiser will provide the estimated taxable values after June 1st, with the final certification of taxable value occurring after July 1st. So those figures will ultimately guide our revenue projections and millage considerations for this coming summer. Because of that timing, what is being presented to you today is strictly an expenditure-based budget. It reflects current year spending patterns, projected operational needs for next year, and preliminary estimates for what we anticipate for next year. In most cases, we've applied a general inflationary placeholder of approximately 5%, although some lines vary either above or below that based on known conditions. It's also important to note that we are only midway through our current fiscal year, so what you have, the last column of the budget that's in front of you is what we budgeted this fiscal year. There are several budget categories that have not yet reached peak spending. As you all know, we are a very seasonal operation, so spending patterns are not consistent throughout the 12 months of a fiscal year, but they do vary based on our operational needs and mostly weather. So as a result of that, many of these figures will be refined and adjusted as we're moving closer to year end and have more complete expenditure data to be able to extrapolate a little more effectively. We also have not yet completed all of our departmental budget meetings because, again, it is only halfway through the fiscal year, so there will likely be additional capital items that you'll see added to this budget as we move forward over future iterations over the next couple of months. Between now and the required budget hearings, which will occur later this summer, once those dates are coordinated with the county and school board, of course, for September, the board will receive updated drafts each month between now and then for ongoing review and discussion. Also, I want to just briefly acknowledge the broader legislative environment. As you all know, there's been significant discussion at the state level regarding potential property tax reform. As the district is fully funded through ad valorem revenue, any changes adopted by the legislature could have an impact on our future revenue. So at this time, it's too early to determine what, if any, effect there may be as a result of what the legislature decides to do this summer. But details are still evolving. There will be a special session. The legislatures are currently in one now for the budget, but then they are expected to be back again in Tallahassee, specifically for property tax reform in the coming months. So we'll continue to monitor these developments very closely and keep the board informed of any information that becomes available as we move through the summer months. So with that, I am happy to take any questions or comments that you might have on the very preliminary draft of the budget that you see in front of you today.
Commissioners?
I'm looking it over.
Yeah, at this point, I don't have any questions.
I don't either, but I'm just,
What's the difference between direct and indirect employees?
So that is their function of how they impact the organization, if they are operational or administrative. And these are specifically categorized based on the OPAGA review that was done now 3 years ago.
Okay.
So these are the actual categories of our specific positions that they deemed to fall into those indirect versus direct categories.
Okay. And for the seasonal employees, where would we find that budget number?
Go to the report, give me just a moment here. for Jose, if you've already got it. you can
Ten
go ahead and chime in.
13.1 is the ULV drivers,
What,
which is
I'm sorry, which number?
10.13.1.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, the part-time ULB.
Okay. Oh, yeah, all the part-times right there. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Yes.
And.
Any other questions?
So if we look at the the 10.13.1 part-time ULV, for instance, how's that quantity figured out? What's the measure there? Unit cost?
It's estimated hours, so 12,000 hours of ULV drivers.
Oh, 12,000 hours is the quantity. And the unit cost is $19 per hour, is that what that is?
That's the average of our ULV drivers, 19.60 now.
I do have one question. The amphibious track upgrade, is that the cool track upgrade I saw out there during the 75th anniversary?
Yes, so a track system for that unit, correct.
And the workers' compensation, are we paying claims out currently?
We have had claims this year, yes.
We have.
Correct. So but I don't know what the ramification of that or what that
I'll
entails.
look at the specifics, I was just looking at the number here.
Correct.
So,
So that's one of
It's
the
a-
insurance specifically, liability insurance is going to change. Our health insurance and all that, that's set for 2 years, so that's static. But
Okay.
until I get at least an estimate of what.
okay.
I'm good. No questions here.
All right, very good. We'll move on, unfinished business, there is none today.
No, I did have another one.
I'm sorry, all right, we'll go back.
On capital outlay, page 1, is that something we will be looking at refining here? I mean, is that enough to get construction underway? Rebuild?
Did you say page 1, I'm sorry?
It's on page 1 with the overview,
The summary.
summary
Oh.
page,
Oh.
60.00.
Yeah.
So the rebuilding, refurbishment of a portion of the facilities is,
So,
has we looked at where we come up with that number yet? I mean, how do we get to that number?
sure, so we are, again, still early in the process, right? We lost a year with the architect selection process, so I'll update you where we are with this current RF that we put out.
Okay,
But we're expecting to have, hopefully, get a firm on board later this summer, and then go through the architectural design process. So, by the time we get through that, and then begin construction, we can certainly adjust these numbers as we get closer to the fiscal year end, and the
Okay.
start of next year's fiscal budget, but it's the remaining cash after everything else is allocated, essentially. And then saving some in future capital outlay, because again, future capital outlay, we can't touch in this fiscal year. So anticipating that we're probably not going to be complete with anything by the end of fiscal year 26-27.
okay. Which then leads me to the FEMA reimbursement, where any progression on federal government?
We're exactly where we were a month ago when we spoke about it.
Okay.
I did have some communication via email, just last night actually, with a representative that is handling the disbursements on the state level, and the message was, we're in queue, they're making, the state is making their way through disbursements as in the order in which they came in, so please allow us additional time.
Okay.
So really no telling at this point.
All right, thank you. Commissioner, moving on.
Okay, very good. Unfinished business is unscheduled. General information, director's report, district operations. Executive Director Rogers.
Thank you, sir. Before I begin the report, I want to briefly touch on current environmental conditions. As you all know, they directly influence our operations. Over the past several months, our region has been experiencing a significant drought, one of the most impactful that we've seen
That ended
in
yesterday.
in over a decade. Well, we're still very, very
I
well
know,
below
I know.
what we should be for the year. Across the Tampa Bay area, we're currently operating under severe to extreme drought conditions, with rainfall deficits generally in the range of 10 to 15 inches below normal. That's localized reports can be even higher than that, depending on the more specific geographic location. We have had, obviously, a few recent rain events. We just got almost up to 5 inches here at the shop in yesterday's rain event. But unfortunately, because it is so dry, a lot of that's just soaking right in and not really enough to sustain a lot of standing water. That provides some short-term relief, but still well below what we should be for the year. So really not sufficient enough to recover for our broader system as the region continues to operate under extreme water shortages. From an operational standpoint, this means we're still very much in drought, even though we may have these temporary breaks in the weather. Of course, we're responding as we do see any standing rain. As we move into the rainy season, we'll continue to monitor how quickly these conditions recover, but at this point, we're still in a significant rainfall deficit, and those impacts will continue to influence how mosquito populations will be seen later on this summer, in the coming months. That said, we have had some recent activity across the county, particularly along our coastal areas. We're still seeing some high tides, as we normally do with the spring high tides. Much of the district, though, still remains in those drought conditions. So while we have had some activity lately, hopefully, we're starting to get back into our normal daily rains here soon, and we will continue to monitor, of course, those, but we have responded to some wider treatments in our salt marsh areas in particular, and some in the central portion of the county. So with that, I will now transition into some of our surveillance and operational activities. What you see here on the screen, requests for service received by month comparing 2025 to current year. The blue line represents 2026, so from January through April. So you can see we are, for this month of April, trending similar to that of which we received for public service requests for this same month of last year. Just a moment. Oh, and there they are represented, the geographic location of those service requests that came in. So for 2026, 101 received, and those are the locations. Just a moment.
Seems that just this side of Zephyr Hills, just wondering, seems a whole lot more activity there in the past.
Well, there are a whole lot more homes there
Oh,
than in the
okay.
past.
It's actually the edge where the trailer parks are too.
So under extreme drought conditions, the only areas that are permanent water bodies that are holding water, think of the Green Swamp, the preserve out there, Crystal Springs. So these are vast expanses of area that are typical water holding areas for us, and major production sites for mosquitoes. Of course, every year we're battling mosquitoes that are being produced off of those preserve areas. So You know, right there in Zephyr Hills, that's on the border of the Green Swamp, Springs Preserve. So there's a lot of natural area that we don't make applications in.
Oh, okay. Hillsborough State Park there. Okay,
Yes,
good.
Hillsborough State Park as well. But good observation. Records requests, regarding the records requests received for fiscal year 25-26 thus far, we've received a total of 52 as of the time this report was generated, although we have had, I think, at least 3 since we took the screenshot of this report. We remain committed to openness and transparency and continue to respond to all records requests in accordance with Florida law. Tire collections, used tire collection efforts remain very strong. To date, staff have removed 6,065 used tires from the environment. That's nearly 182,000 pounds at the disposal cost of $21,335 this fiscal year. And as a reminder, this source reduction is critical for us, as discarded tires are key production sites for Aedes aegypti, one of our primary disease vector species responsible for transmitting dengue, Zika, and chikungunya viruses. To briefly note that the district was invited to participate in the Florida Air Operations Fly-In that was held in conjunction with the Air Operations Disaster Preparedness Seminar on April 29th in St. Augustine. This event is a coordinated effort by Florida Division of Emergency Management and Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, bringing together aviation and emergency management partners from across the state to help strengthen coordination and readiness for disaster response. We also recently held an internal open house, for lack of a better term, for staff to enhance cross-department collaboration and organizational awareness. Each department provided an overview of their roles and responsibilities and operational functions, giving our team a much better understanding of how each department contributes to the district's overall mission, ultimately strengthening our internal alignment and shared understanding of how we work, the work that each one of these respective roles does in supporting public health, while also advancing our workforce development and organizational capacity. So that was a really great event that we had for the staff to gain better knowledge and appreciation of the respective roles that we have, since we are so varied and complex in what we do. Next, I want to recognize several employee work anniversaries and some milestone achievements. First and foremost, we have a truly extraordinary milestone to acknowledge for this past month. While we do plan to formally celebrate this achievement with Mr. Spagoglia later on this year, I would be remiss if I did not recognize it with you all, the board and the public today. And so Mr. John Spagoglia recently celebrated 30 years of dedicated service with the Pasco County Mosquito Control District, and 30 years of serving the community, helping to protect public health. It's an incredible accomplishment and a testament to John's commitment, professionalism, and dedication. And this milestone is really deserving of special recognition today. So John is not here with us today, but on behalf of the entire district, I want to thank him publicly for his efforts and service and dedication. 30 years of service to Pasco County.
Is he the longest employed?
He is currently, yes.
I worked with John at the elections office also for 20 years. And he is one of the leaders there. So he's the go-to person at Pasco elections office. So he loves public service. He's really good.
He is. He has been a great asset to us, and we're thankful for all of his many contributions in 3 decades.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Couple of other significant milestones. We have Shannon Thomas celebrating a decade, so 10 years with us. Miss Agna Prasauskis at 9 years.
Oh my gosh, time's flying.
It sure is.
No more Chicago.
It sure is. We have three that are have just celebrated 8 years with us: Craig Hatch, Jason Connors, and Ron Morgan. One of our ULV drivers, August Lacrosse, at 4 years. Miss Maria Johnson at 3 years, and we have Jacob Moore celebrating 1 year anniversary. Just another reminder, each one of these individuals plays an important role in helping us to advance our mission and protecting public health throughout Pasco County, and we are very sincerely appreciative of their hard work and dedication to public service, so thank you all. I jumped ahead. Don't pretend you didn't see that. RFP number 2526-003 for professional architect services. Submissions for that solicitation were due on May 5th. We received 6 proposals that the evaluation committee will be reviewing. First, the firms that submitted: CPH Consulting, Bentley Group, Furr, Wegman and Banks Architects, PBK Architects Florida, Mason Blau and Associates, Goodwin Mills, and Catewood. The goal is to have the committee's recommendation presented to the board at our June board meeting. So that will be upcoming, and we can continue to move this project forward. And the last item I have before I transition to community engagement is kind of a combination of community engagement and ops. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge and reflect on our district's 75th anniversary celebration that we held on May 13th, 2026. It was truly a remarkable and meaningful event that celebrated 75 years of protecting public health in Pasco County and serving the residents of this community. We welcomed 140 guests in attendance through our gate, not including our staff. So 140 of our community partners and members of residents supported us in this endeavor, and we were honored to host community leaders, agency partners, elected officials, stakeholders, and supporters of the Pasco County Mosquito Control District. The celebration included an immersive experience where our guests were able to interact directly with staff, tour some of our educational and equipment that we have, view some of our specialized mosquito control equipment used, and gain first-hand insight into the complexity and importance of our integrated mosquito management approach that we have here and the services that we provide countywide. We are also honored to have both the Greater Pasco Chamber of Commerce and the Greater West Pasco Chamber of Commerce participate in a ceremonial ribbon cutting commemorating this milestone 75th anniversary. I would like to thank both Commissioner Evans and Commissioner Cox for attending the event and offering remarks during the formal presentation. Also want to acknowledge Commissioner Abbott, and although unfortunately you were unable to attend, your leadership and guidance has also been instrumental in guiding us through 19 years of the 75 years the district has been established. So we appreciate your service and support that has helped shape this organization over the years as well. As we're moving forward, we're extremely grateful for the commitment that you all have given to the residents of this community and serving as our governing board.
Thank you.
We were also honored to have Ms. Trey Chittacone, the Health Officer Administrator for Department of Health in Pasco County, gave some brief remarks regarding the critical role that mosquito control plays in the broader public health landscape of Pasco County. She talked about our longstanding partnership between Department of Health and Pasco County Mosquito Control District, the district's diligence and rapid response in to public health threats, and our proactive One Health leadership approach that we have worked to foster by bringing stakeholders together across various disciplines in protecting our community. So that was very nice. During the event, I delivered keynote remarks reflecting on the history of the district and the evolution of this organization from its founding in 1951 through local referendum, from residents who understood that mosquito control was a necessity to infrastructure development and community prosperity, originally founded as the West Pasco Mosquito Control District, to the modern science-based comprehensive and integrated mosquito management program that we are today, serving all residents countywide and expanding to include all of Pasco County, and being nationally recognized as leaders in mosquito control and public health protection. Also during the celebration, I had the privilege of presenting a proclamation issued by the Pasco County Board of County Commissioners. Catherine Starkey put forward, recognizing the district's 75 years in protecting public health here in this community. It was especially meaningful to be recognized by the community that we serve. So I do want to, since Commissioner Abbott, you were not here at, or not present at the meeting to do this, I want to just share that with you all this morning. And also, I have a certificate of a appreciation for you, Commissioner Abbott, that I would like to present, as we did the other two commissioners during the event. So again, Commissioner Abbott, you have been on the board for 2 decades in helping to shape this organization, and your leadership, your partnership, your guidance has really been influential in helping us to achieve some of the progress that we've made in modernizing the program over the last 2 decades. So we really appreciate your dedicated service to the residents as well. So I would like to
I see
present
that
to you
it,
with
I
this.
see that it paid off because you were able to do it all without me, so that means success.
Maybe come around, yeah, watch your step on the cord here. Maria, would you mind getting a picture, please?
Is this one and the same?
These are all the same, yes, copies for everyone that I'll give to you, so I'm gonna
Okay.
do this. Here, but.
Let's come this way.
Yeah, honestly, get in the middle of the room, it's an awkward spot.
We got a peek of, is there back there?
This son's birthday.
Congratulations,
Oh,
and thank you for everything, 2 decades of service.
I wasn't sure what to do with that handshake.
Maybe a second
More?
for Commissioner Evans to
Oh,
come back. We'll
okay.
take a picture of all of you with the
Perfect.
Sure.
proclamation. I think that makes
Yep, yep.
sense.
So,
So,
is there a better, no, it's too.
it's
we're
the
okay with
awkward
this one,
pause.
I know.
Do it with the American flag in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it over here. Do you want just us while we're waiting?
Absolutely.
Went to sleep.
All right, you ready? Smile, 1, 2, 3. Good job. Let me see.
See what you guys have written. Keep one, I'll make you sign it too. Cool.
So it's, I got from the.
That's now a weak signature on that one.
It is, one of the other versions may be a little better, but they also have a seal that was identical.
We're just taking a picture. You're welcome.
Nikki was here. and
Ready,
they
baby.
confused it.
All right. Are you ready?
Just about.
Okay. Ready, 1, 2, 3. And one more, 1, 2, 3. All right, good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe we need a better picture of this after the meeting.
You can do that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Or, yeah.
All right, and I know Maria has a little bit more to add, so I'll, if you don't mind, sir, move on to the community engagement portion. Combo.
I do not mind.
So, good morning, Commissioners. Director Rogers, it's still the morning here, so I do want to add to what Director Rogers said in regards to our 75th anniversary celebration. The support for our 75th anniversary celebration was truly overwhelming. As we reflect on this milestone, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to all of our distinguished guests, community partners, elected officials, board members, staff, retirees, supporting sponsors, and friends who helped make the day so meaningful and memorable. This celebration was a wonderful reflection of PCMCD's 75 years of service and commitment to our community. Our team was especially honored as our 3 longest standing employees presented Director Rogers with a special recognition and dedication that came directly from our PCMCD team, honoring her distinguished leadership, vision, and unwavering dedication throughout her service to the district during this milestone celebration. So we really want to thank everyone again who joined us in this important milestone. We're really grateful for their continued support and look forward to continuing our mission of protecting public health for generations to come. I'm gonna ad-lib a little bit here on my own, but one thing that Director Rogers said in her report is we had about 140 people that we clicked in the gate. But I have a feeling we had about 150 to 155 people here, to be honest with you, because we did have a lot of people inside the gate prior to even that clicking of people, just to kind of get that estimate of how many. So just imagine that room, you know, Commissioner Abbott, because we want you to experience that too, you know, that there was all these people that were supporting that 75th anniversary of us protecting public health, along with our team, retirees. You know, standing up there and emceeing was an honor for myself. But it's kind of a fog in a sense when you're up there doing something like that. But when I get up there, and I think I spoke to Director Rogers on the same thing, that you get up there and you see this crowd, you know, in front of you, knowing that there's this much support for mosquito control, and they appreciate every single thing that we do. It's very overwhelming. So we just really appreciate everybody that was there. And then obviously Director Rogers noted that we really want to thank the Greater East Pasco Chamber of Commerce and the Greater Pasco Chamber of Commerce for both having representatives get up there and speak about our community engagement in, you know, Pasco County here. And then, you know, how honored they were to, you know, be representatives for this ceremonial ribbon cutting, because that's what people do when they have these type of milestones. They do ceremonial ribbon cutting. So, the one thing that I would like to do as well is we did have supporting sponsors. So, Commissioner Abbott, it's your day today. You get all these little certificates, right? So supporting sponsors of this event help support our event and make it possible. So Commissioner Abbott, we would like to thank you and Remax Alliance Group for being one of our supporting sponsors. All the supporting sponsors got that. And I would like to honor Director Rogers with the plaque that was given to her on behalf of the team, and I want to read that out loud. Adrienne Ann Rogers, Executive Director, leading us into our 75th year with heart and dedication to the district and public health, from your PCMCD team, dated May 13th, 2026. So Director Rogers, we appreciate everything that you do. Thank you so much.
Share it, Maria.
That was very nice.
It has
Okay, I'm
been-
not done yet though.
Not done.
But wait, there's more.
Okay, we're waiting. All right, so in regards to the outreach department, Karen had 8 school day programs, and so school is out for summer now, so she's gearing up now for a lot of summer camps. We had some speaking events as well. I spoke at Pasco County Utilities. They invited mosquito control. They had a Take Your Child to Work Day, so I got to speak in front of the kids of the employees of the utilities department. The Rotary Club of Trinity had a tour here, which they utilized in lieu of their meeting, so that was kind of cool. They really enjoyed it. And we had a community event. We had an Earth Day. I presented and we represented as a table and a booth at the Pasco County Emergency Management Disaster Expo. And thanks to Agna for all your help in this program, but I spoke on integrated mosquito management, readiness and response to natural disasters. So I got to speak, and there was a really great crowd because Dennis Phillips was up next, so there you go. And I want to just share that we also prioritize each month building connections with Pasco County residents through a variety of networking and speaking events, recognizing that strong community engagement is super vital to effective mosquito control. So thank you.
Well, I heard reports in the community, so well done. As you all, some of you know, I was in a few Caribbean islands with my adult children, so it was a really good trip. But something related is I was in the Bahamas for elections, and the Prime Minister, the incumbent, won. But of the 700 islands in the Bahamas, they have only a population of 260,000 people. Which I bring it back here and say, think about that. You all serve over 600,000 people.
Yeah.
So more than a country, you know, the district, you all serve, so it's really, kind of put that into perspective, you know, I'm like, wow, that's really something. So, but anyway, it was a good time, and I knew you all were in excellent hands as long as I didn't get around and screw things up.
We missed you.
Yeah, you were definitely.
You were definitely missed.
You know, to your point about the population, I was reading an article in the paper over the weekend, and, you know, the Tampa Bay region is growing somewhere in the vicinity of about 100,000 people a year. And, you know, that growth is projected to continue for the next 5 years. So, yeah, I mean, and a lot of that's happening here in Pasco County.
Right.
You know, you
Oh,
take
yeah.
a,
You don't have to drive far.
yeah, you don't drive far.
Yeah. Yeah, just think what a centralized location would do, that'd be good someday. But we'll get there.
Keep moving.
Just wanted to direct your attention to the slides to visualize, so you can
Okay.
actually see what we were
Yeah.
talking about. It was standing room only in the hangar.
It was.
Good,
It
good.
was a great turnout.
Go back to that last picture there. I didn't see
This
that
one.
one. Okay.
It is
Oh, that
Astro
was the
Expo.
expo.
Yes.
Okay.
Boy, look at that tent, that's a nice tent.
Yeah.
That's the first, we just ordered that one. It's
Very
a
nice.
brand new one.
Very nice.
The others are
Professional.
falling apart.
All right, well, good reports, thank you. Let's move on to the safety report. Hopefully it's as good there. Nick, how are you?
I'm good, how are you? We have one incident, minor incident, UOV truck hit a railroad tie, like a landscape railroad tie. No damage to the truck, and we replaced the landscape timber. And then we did have the following afternoon, after the internal open house, we had vehicle and equipment safety training. We try to do that twice a year, where we go over all the vehicles, how to operate them, the safety features on them, and then the cleanliness that the fleet expects from the vehicles. And that's my report.
Good report.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's move on to arbor virus report. Agna.
Okay, so on the board there is the trap counts for the month of April, and you can see in the top right corner the comparison to 2025. And then the district is currently responding to 2 Human Department of Health alerts, 1 suspect travel dengue or chikungunya case in Lutz, and 1 suspect travel case of malaria in Newport Richey. And then in the last month, we had 1 sentinel chicken seroconvert for West Nile virus up there in Dade City. Okay, then Florida arbovirus, West Nile virus so far in 2026. There have been 8 sentinel chickens turned positive for West Nile virus, 10 sentinel chickens and 1 horse for Eastern equine encephalitis virus. Dengue, there have been 28 cases, dengue Florida-wide, chikungunya virus, and those were travel cases, no local cases. Chikungunya virus, travel cases, 34 cases throughout the state of Florida, no local cases, and 13 cases of travel malaria in Florida. Pasco County has so far only seen confirmed the 1 sentinel chicken on April 20th. And that's it.
Very good, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good in the orders. Commissioner Evans, start with you, sir.
I just want to say, and I know I've said it before, but that 75th anniversary was phenomenal. To all that put that thing together, that was just incredible. You guys did a phenomenal job, and I know you're proud. You made me very proud to be part of this, and I think bringing all those people, that word's gonna get around, and they'll be commenting. I failed during my comments to state that I know CJ got his engineering award, was it last year, 2 years ago?
The Jim Robinson Award.
Jim
That's
Robinson
both
Award.
CJ and
You
John
got your
Brookfield.
award for leadership, and I failed to mention that they were rating Pasco County Mosquito Control as one of the best places to work in the Tampa Bay area. And that speaks volumes to what you guys do, and I want to congratulate Maria on 3 years.
Thanks.
And Adnan, 9, is it?
It is, thank you.
And John was 30, right?
30.
That's impressive.
And I'll just add to that, Wayne received the leadership award from FMCA as well, so.
That's right.
Yes.
We have Wayne's.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You guys make us proud.
And so did Adrian. Thank you.
Yeah, you all are wonderful. Commissioner Abbott. Skeeter.
Yeah, there you go. Well, so many good things happening. Really just thank you all in the community for end-of-life support for the family, for my mother, so thank you for that. Appreciate it. It's been actually, can't say a good time, but certainly the best time it could, best that it could be, considering all the circumstances. So it's really great to have a lot of people supporting you and the family. So thank you.
You're well loved. Yeah, the only really thing that I have is I just want to dovetail on Commissioner Evans' comments. I thought the 75th anniversary was an important thing to recognize and to do. It's not often that you have an organization that has evolved and had such a critical, important role in the development of the county. You know, one of the things that when I was first appointed to this, one of the observations I had was, you know, you have this great story, you do great work, but really nobody knows it, right? And so the district has been very proactive in the public outreach and the education. And, you know, in the remarks that I made, obviously I talked about the important factors that we do from larva siding, adult siding, and the monitoring and the science-based approach that we do. But I also included the public education part of it, because I think that's as equal as everything else that we do. If we can educate the public so that, you know, they police their own properties and take care of the standing water there, then that prevents from us having to do the reactive stuff that we're very, very good at. So I really thought that bringing that many people here to celebrate the 75th anniversary, we have representation from all areas of the county that came here, and also state recognition from some of our partners around the state, and the agencies, like the health department. I spent quite a bit of time talking to them, and they really express the importance of what we do to help them with the public safety from the health standpoint. And there were a lot of appointed and elected officials here that took time out of their day to come and do that with us. So I just, again, I think that you did an incredible job. I'm very proud to be a sponsor, as was everybody else that sponsored. So good job, and thank you. All right, anything else for the good of the order? All right, so on your agenda you have upcoming meetings and events that are notated. And if there's nothing else to come before the board, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
The only thing I'll add for events, we do have the Memorial Day holiday
Yep,
next
yep,
Monday,
yep.
so I apologize, we missed that on the agenda.
Yep. Yep. Please take time to reflect on Memorial Day for all the people who have served our country and
Think of that.
paid the price. All right, hearing nothing else, have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to
I
adjourn.
have a motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all. Have a happy Memorial Day.
Some rest break.